Hello, this is Catmap, and this is my new campaign, Dakarth, the Lonely City. And Dakarth is within the Forgotten Realms. It is a far distant port city that has existed for many decades and has seen many years of wealth and abundance. But as of late, it has become more rundown, supplies scarce, trade routes plundered, as many in the Ratsworn have turned to crime to sustain themselves, while those in the plaza remain fat and wealthy. I will be playing a solo campaign with my character Stollaz. Stollaz is a Feywild elf who grew up as an orphan on the roads, as a thief, doing odd jobs here and there, stealing, pickpocketing, all sorts of small crimes, until he had encountered a man named Scav Blackheart, a renowned pirate and smuggler in Dakarth City, and he needed many men to go on this expedition with him to smuggle in many supplies and different tools of the trade of rogues and thieves and mafioso and other criminal organizations, all these equipment and supplies that are needed for their operations to run. And so he accepted this mission to help smuggle. However, it was a very pitiful amount. He was only offered 3 silver pieces for a week's of work. So, Stolas came up with a different plan. Something entirely different. As they are in Smog Harbor. Where is he now in Smog Harbor? Now we see Stolaz at the port. They have docked at Smog Town. It appears there are many more guards than there usually should be. This is quite strange. As Blackheart notices, "Oh yeah? What are you bullywalkers here?" The Stolaz responds, "I'm not sure. It's just plentiful amount of guards. Maybe the ship brought too much attention coming in?" "It's not possible, mate. We was good. We paid them off. We told them not to come, alright? And know what's going on here." As Stolaz keeps a straight face and acts confused, he knows why there's so many guards here. It is because of him. He had sent a letter to the guard saying that there was going to be a large shipment of smugglers and pirates from Blackheart's crew that were going to come on in at this time of the day. And he warned them with the expectation and the hope that he would get more rewarded with the guard betraying Blackheart than he would serving on his crew. So, as the guards approach, as they get closer and closer to the docks, "I'm gonna have to commandeer this vessel here. There's all sorts of ships coming on in here with importing illegal goods and all sorts of nasty equipment that are fueling the corruption in this city. So I'm gonna need you to come on down and give me the keys to your ship and peacefully." Blackheart looks to Solaz and looks to his crew, very confused. "I'm not giving anything to you. Who even are you, huh? Who are you to talk, huh? I'm Lieutenant Danyard, and this is my town, and you will not disrespect me. Now, I'm gonna have to see that you're coming down peacefully, alright?" As Solaz sees that the guards are approaching, and they come closer and closer, he cannot longer contain himself, as he tries to stab Blackheart. To see if he hits or not. That does not hit, most certainly. As he tries to, in vain, stab his old ship captain. You trying to shank me, mate? As stollaz starts running away in fear, and starts trying to escape. Guards! This is him! This is Dakarth! Arrest him at once! And you'll let me be free, right? We're gonna have to detain all of you, including you. We're gonna figure out what's happening here. But I'm innocent! I swear it! Where is his procedure? As Blackheart, at the attempt of being stabbed, takes out his saber, along with several of the pirate crew, who take up arms as the guards themselves pull out their longswords and spears. As initiative has begun, as a fight is now to ensue. And let's just see how stollaz fares against these odds. Mission 3. '21. He's quite nimble, very swift boy. As the hand of fate decides the speed of these other wayward souls. As there seems to be that the commoners themselves are seeing this like skirmish and are whispering and wondering what will happen. Let's see, let's just look closer at stollaz. Very not particularly fierce on his own. He has a meager 9 HP, 15 AC. However, what he lacks in direct firepower, he makes up for it with his wit and his cunning. You see, he has an array of items he can use at his disposal. He has a set of equipment, the dagger he tried to use on Blackheart. He does have a range option, his longbow he carries with him since he has been a young boy training that he has found on the corpse of an archer. And then of course, during the travel, during the ship, he's taking many items. During the ship, on the travel, on the week or so journey to Dakarth City, he stole many items, but most importantly, he stole a magical bag of holding. A very useful item that he now prizes as one of the most expensive possessions, the most important one. Without it, he cannot carry half the things he does, as he took many things, as he is a thief by heart. As the guards begin to move, Danyard is taking charge as he's moving forward, trying to cut off escape for stollaz. He says, "Come on, I've done nothing wrong." It ain't gonna matter. We're all getting detained. We'll find the truth soon enough, and if you're innocent, we're gonna find out. As stollaz tries to make his way through, he's going to attempt to move about. He's going to take the... He can't exactly move through the other pirates. However, what he can do is he's going to try and shove one of the pirates out of the way with an athletics check. You see, as he starts to like move, what? What are you doing? I'm getting rid of you. As you're going to take an athletics check. And see if you can push him up the way. Contested, of course, against the pirate. He only got 10. So unless this pirate is very weak, it's very unlikely he pushed him out the way. He does not, as he tries to shove him and push him. He doesn't budge. Not an inch. Stollaz sits there and ends his turn. He cannot do much more. Now the other pirates get to move. As a retaliation for trying to push him, he's going to be trying to slash at Stollaz to attack him. But alas, Stollaz is very quick and agile. As he pulls out his scimitar, tries to slash at Stollaz, he ducks back just in time before being cut. Well, come here, eh? Let me just give a little cut on you. Sorry about that. Well, no stabbing for you today. As another pirate woman is beginning to encroach, uncertain of whether to deal with Stollaz or the encroaching guard. Makes the move. He sees his betrayal and prioritizes the culling of the traders. Says as much on a pirate. She is going to take a slash at him. Oh! Oof. That is quite unfortunate. Quite a deep strike. I wonder how much damage will this deal? How much will this... Quite the travesty, as he has dealt quite a lethal blow. Quite the powerful strike. As the guard now comes up, Daniel Stollaz falls to the ground. As Daniel and his militia begin to approach as they try to board the ship. To what end will they? As the common folk gleam and look as they gawk out to see the commotion that's occurring. They move about, trying to see the battles as soon as blades are clashing, the sound of metal clanging. What's going on here? Well, I don't know. Something's happening. Let's go take a look. His guards are making their quickest attempts to cross over the bridge. As Blackheart himself is quite furious as he lumbers his very large body across his pegged leg as he kind of hobbles around the ship. There's very little space for him to go. There's much occurring. As he meets the captain of the stand, as he approaches him as, "Alright, you bugger, you wanna fight me? You wanna take my ship? It's all mine, but you're not gonna take an inch of it, alright?" As he tries to slash at the Daniard with his very large scimitar. Cuts. or as he tries to cut through a very polished strike with a heavy blow. However, it clanks against Danyard's thick steel as he says, as he proclaims, "You will obey the law and will not cease. You will cease your pirate activities. You are all your evildoings, and you will peacefully come aboard, and you will let us pass." As the guards begin encroaching even closer onto his position, it is uncertain what will become of this battle in this very moment, as they are cutting off all the escapes to the ships. Now, as the guards come closer and closer, they effectively have blocked off escape. This question now, how will Stollaz come out of this predicament? He is completely surrounded on all sides by pirates, and in front of him is a whole company of soldiers waiting to arrest him and his former crewmates. As a few seconds pass as they keep climbing up, as they clash swords with the pirates themselves, trying to board. As sword slashes, their longsword clash against scimitar. As the valiant soldiers take a swing, what will happen? As the sound of battle rages over them. Stollaz is concerned and worried. His survival completed of the way. As the soldiers try to swing, they miss as the dexterity of the pirate is too much for him to match. He goes down the turn order. Blackheart takes another swing at Danyard. It's even this time even worse so. The sword doesn't even land on his armor, as Danyard scoffs off the blow. As the other guards patiently wait as the men in front of them take on their battles. But Danyard, as Stollaz, ever worried, mortally wounded, a slash across his belly as he's tucking himself to try and keep himself alive. He reminisces of old times in childhood and remembers that he was in a similar situation as this when he was a young boy. And the pool of water gave him quite the dazzling idea. He attempts to jump and swim into the water to escape the situation where he must avoid the clashes of battle and must swim with power as he dives into the water using his acrobatics. And it is up to fate to see how he will handle. He is in the water, however he is not faring so well, as one hand is keeping himself up as his organs feel like they're about to burst out as he is underneath the water, partially drowning. If he is not able to pull himself up out of the water to the surface, then he will surely perish. As the battle now rages on, Danyard, as valiantly as ever, as the shining example to his soldiers, the Valor God, he marches forward and takes a big strike at the Blackheart. His longsword misses its mark, as Blackheart parries the blow with his scimitar, pushing the blade away. "You've got to do better than that to fight me!" As the other pirate crew now begins to strike backwards at the soldiers, trying to push them back away from their ship. As they cut through the small gaps and rivets in between the armor, they make a gash in between at the soldier trying to board. This is quite a powerful strike, and it deals much blood is splattering across. As he begins to cough up blood through the helmet, as his ribs were like punctured by the blade strike. The other pirates remain, and they shoot their blunderbusses as Daniel, trying to weaken him from afar. Quite the commotion. Such a massive boom! As the grape shot ball punctures right straight through the shoulder into the meat of his armor. That's the massive dent. Did quite a massive amount of pushback as he physically recoiled from the blast. Ugh! That's not gonna be enough to take me down. It's gonna be more than that. As the fight rages on, the soldiers themselves have no means of firing any weapons from afar, as all they can do is swing their swords valiantly against the enemy. As these, only one pirate among them has capable firearms to effectively shoot, as they were not given any weapons but their own swords, so they will patiently sit there. As the guard, trying to slash away at the pirate, tries to make amends for the strike given to him, he strikes back now, as he tries to fight against the losing tide of battle. As it cuts away at the thin leather plating of the pirates, he cuts down with his long sword, as he makes a wound against it around the throat, but not quite, as it goes down the neck towards the chest. That's not real, that's a mistake. To see how wounded he becomes, and how much blood he has lost. As the pirate mate was struck, he was brought down entirely. As he was almost completely brought down entirely, he's extremely wounded and cries out in pain. Dakarth himself, eager to fight, struck down with his cutlass once more, trying to slash at Danyard. He is too vehement, as although Danyard is wounded from the blunderbuss, he is still a valiant fighter and blocks the attack. The other guards, they are seeing stollaz going underneath the water, but they themselves are coated in thick, heavy metal plating, and to dive into the water themselves would be a death sentence, as they wait for their fellow men-in-arms to finish their fights so they may board themselves. As stollaz in the water must continue to fight for survival. He does not survive this. He cannot bring himself out of the water. He will not survive. He immediately takes breaths and slowly goes underneath in the water to try and survive. He is barely clinging on to consciousness as blood loss and oxygen deprivation are beginning to take its toll, but he's still moving as at whatever pace he had. As is now Daniel is now attempting to push the very large Blackheart to allow his men to pursue onto the ship. He's going to try and shove him and push with all his weight. This is unknown. With a very, very heavy strike, he pushes him back as he moves forward and lances onto the ship, allowing his other men to pass behind him on board. As they now have joined the fray into the battle and begin to surround the pirates. Alright, the battle's over. This is done for. This is all it's gonna take. No, I will never give up. I will not let you arrest me. This is not how it will end for Blackhawk. As the other pirates begin their cutting and slashing. As the previously wounded pirate with the red bandana tries to attack the soldier, desperately trying to keep him at bay. As he cuts him, as it is a lethal strike, seeing as the soldier was previously wounded. Let's see how fate deals. As it is enough damage as he cuts him deep enough through the eye lens. As he pushes the dead soldier overboard as he falls into the river, dying an unremembered death. The corpse fell into the water. The soldier behind steps up even further to take his place as the Valor Guard fight ever valiantly. As the other soldier, the other pirate, now with the fur coat, begins to take his strike at the soldiers that are now boarded. As he tried to fire with his blunderbuss, it is far too close for him to accurately aim, as the soldier knocked the blunderbuss out of his direction with his shield. As he now begins taking his return strikes as the soldiers take their turns. As they begin to surround Blackheart, it becomes much easier for them to gain a lethal blow on him. Yes, he's still quite the skilled pirateer. It is amazing he could block such strikes from all directions with his massive size. You think you can outsmart me? Even if I'm surrounded, you can't get me. There's too many of me. I got too much weight on I. As the female pirate among them, they begin to try to attack Daniel himself, to try and distract him and gets Blackheart out of the way of immediate danger. Taking strikes. However, his armor is too thick, as the blades merely bounce off its steel. The other woman pirate sees this and tries to do the same and surround him as well. It is uncertain if she will make the same mistake as her compatriot. As she tries to take a swing, she ends up getting blocked by Danya, who is as ably skilled as Blackheart is at being surrounded and surviving. As the other soldiers take their turn to try and strike the red bandanaed pirate, who is already wounded, as he cuts him across the leg, straight across the thigh, just above the knee. Blood spurts out into a spray as it cuts him deep to the bone, as he is nearly dead, as he falls over and starts to crawl away, begging and pleading for his life. as Blackheart is surrounded. He's still going to attack Daniel, trying to fight what he sees as his equal in this measure. As he is managed to slices down straight onto the neck armor and pierces through as he makes a very powerful strike. As Daniel cries out in pain, "Ah!" He deals 10 damage to his throat as it's quite the heavy strike. He is still standing. Daniel is no longer yelling or shouting, but he is still standing. As the guard is trying to take a strike at Blackheart, as he's trying to take reparations for the attack on his commander. As Blackheart was satisfied with the strike, he was momentarily distracted as the guard sliced through and punctured his belly fat with a long sword. However, it did not reach deep, as it had to go through leather and fabrics, so it was a superficial cut that only did so much. Rock off! Ah! You dare interrupt my duel! Stollaz tries to fight his way through. He tries to attempt to climb out of the docks. This is one of his last chances to survive, as he does, as he successfully brings himself up top the deck, as he uses the last of his remaining movement to try and run away from the battle. But the water and the hemorrhage from all the commotion, is that enough to stir the god's attention? Let us see how quietly he can do this. Very successfully, he brings himself quietly, without groaning or moaning about his wounds, as he picks himself up without sound, and so much as the water plattering against the wood as he is making his way past the battle. It is now Daniel who begins to strike. He is wounded, but now he is focusing his attention on the small folk around him as he tries to strike the pirate women that surround him. As he takes his halberd that he has wielded and strikes upon the pirate women, trying to do the same tactics he has been doing to Blackheart. As it slashes across one of their arms. Ah! As they was not their arm's hand, however, it was a powerful strike. As Daniel does not say anything, for he is hurt and wounded. The red bandana pirate is on the brink of death and is fearing for his life as he begins to crawl away deeper into the ship, not wanting to pursue this battle any further. The other pirate that was previously next to him now sees the soldier coming up the stairs and is frightened as well as he tries to take a blunderbuss shot at the soldier coming up the docks that has now surrounded him. As he was trying to climb up, he fires a shot directly into the helmet of the soldier coming out, trying to surround him, as the blunderbuss makes its very, very lethal shot. Let's see what fate has in store for us. As the shot You can see the ricochet as his head furls backwards as he slams against the chest, but he is still not dead. He is merely heavily wounded as there's blood dripping from his skull. It is now the other soldier's turn. He is uncertain yet to strike this pirate of a black heart. But seeing as the massive amount of pirates here, he is going to try and strike the lone pirate with a blunderbuss. As he tries to attack, he's still frightened of Blackheart striking him when he is not looking. That makes him unfortunately miss his mark. As the female pirate has begun to strike again, and tries to slash at Daniel's solid steel. As although she struck with excellence, the blow was parried with precision and skill. As now the other female pirate that was cut from the hand will try to make another attack on Daniel. And she buckles against steel, it is to no avail. As the other guard on Blackheart now takes his strike against the captain himself. As he tries to strike Blackheart, he ends up swinging and cutting his captain very lightly, but with still a notable, falter. Blackheart laughs at this. As the captain is being wounded now by his own men accidentally. See? I was told you not to mess with Blackheart. As he is going to strike now at Danyard once more to try and make a finishing blow on his now enemy. As in his overconfidence, he still is clinging against the steel as Danyard is boasting the Valor God's finest metallic armor that the city can provide. As now the other god, still wounded, tries and struggles to find the courage, but he does so to fight, to continue to strike back despite the wound in his skull. He lunges back at the pirate. Despite his bravery, it is not enough, as the pirate dodges as his head himself is aching from the gunshot wound. As stollaz makes his way, tries to see there's a mass of peasants in his way. As he moves, the commoners block him as the crowd is moving about, as he draws his dagger to try and persuade them with violence to move. As he successfully attacks one of the peasants. It's quite a brutal act that he does in the moment. As it stabs and kills the man in broad daylight. The crowd is shocked as they begin to disperse and run away from the scene, trying to escape this madman who is just killing on sight. Ah! Get away! It is now Danyard who stands up and fights once more, takes up arms to try and push back this pirate menace, as he strikes again at the pirate woman who he had previously injured, as he now hits her in the other arm with her saber She has now dropped her weapon. She's not mortally wounded, however, she is quite bloodied as she runs underneath the decks, seeking refuge elsewhere. And as the other pirate, who is wounded as well, crawls and crawls away, begging for safety. As the other pirate with the blunderbuss aims again at the man who he had previously shot to end his misery and woes. As he tries to fire, he is struggling to aim as he is worried about the soldier behind him coming up as he misses his shot. Soldier now taking strike back, trying to fight against the pirate's tide. As he strikes down on the pirates with the blunderbuss, he takes revenge for his comrade who was shot. As he stumbles and staggers to the ground. The woman, now seeing what is happening, seeing how her comrades have been slain or are dying, she runs away from the field, trying to escape the situation before she herself becomes wounded. She tries to jump across the ship, overboard, trying to copy Stollaz's stunt himself. The guard now tries to take another hack at Blackheart, trying to end his terrible reign. Yet he is unyielding and cannot be easily stabbed. You will kill my crew, and I will slay all of you, I swear it! Daniel does not respond, however, Blackheart still nonetheless takes a strike. As it misses as it hits the steel clamor against his halberd, as with anger he hits it again and again, but to no avail. As the guard that was shot now tries to bring in manacles to try and arrest and detain this pirate who is now on his knees, trying to apprehend him. As he subdues him, as he puts his hands behind his back and puts his face to the ground, as the pirate has been fully detained, as the handcuffs have enacted, as he is now no longer in the fight. Stollaz no longer. He looks back to the last time to see that Blackheart and his crew have been almost entirely defeated, with only Blackheart remaining. With the distraction and time that he has created, he's going to dash and try and escape as he desperately clings on to life, blood gushing out as he flees the scene. And that is the start of our journey with Stollaz, the city of Dakarth.